Greetings, citizens. Hey you beautiful creepy human being you. Welcome to my channel and welcome to today's video. I'm so happy we could meet like this. I'm so happy that somehow in all of this nonsense that we're forced to deal with on the day-to-day, today you and I were able to find each other on this crazy little planet that we call home. My name is Brittany or Bratterstein, whichever you prefer, and today we're going to be talking about the things that keep me sane when I spend hours and hours every single day of my life looking into some of the worst things that could ever possibly happen to anyone ever. But before we get started, if you have not yet had the pleasure, please make sure to join the Brat Pack by subscribing and ringing that bell. I put out a new video every single week, sometimes more than one a week, like this week. And I would love to hang out with you. Yes, you specifically you, but I can only do that if you join the Brat Pack and become one of us. One of us, one of us, one of us. All right, now that I'm done begging you to join my cult, we can go ahead and get into this video. Now, I'm making this video for a couple of reasons. First of all is that I often get people asking me what I do to keep my sanity when I'm looking into such horrible things, because if you haven't been here before, I cover true crime cases, which I'm sure you've been here before, because why else would you be watching this video? Unless you just like positivity, because this video is going to be positive as fuck. Now, I often get people asking me how I stay positive, how I keep my mental health in check, and I also get people occasionally who write me who are like, just want to make sure you're okay, you seem down in this video, your vibes seem off, energy's weird, I want to make sure that you're okay because you look into some heavy stuff. And for all the people who ever ask that kind of stuff, I appreciate you, you are appreciated, I'm okay, I promise, I am okay. I mean, sometimes, yeah, sometimes things get hard, sometimes the cases get into my head and I have a couple of rough days. It has been known to happen, but overall I have found a way to sort of keep all of those thoughts at bay. I found a way to practice self-care in a way that keeps me level, right? And I think that's what it all comes down to, is self-care. I'm going to give you a list today of all the things that I do that keep me level, and it all involves a little bit of self-care, a little bit of taking time for me to make sure that I am okay. So if that's something you're into, if that's something you want to watch, how I, stay so positive, because obviously I'm a very positive being in this internet space, right? Then go ahead and keep watching. If not, I'll see you on Monday for another true crime story, if that is more your speed. So here's the list. The very first thing, which I feel like is probably the most obvious thing for anyone who's been here a bit, knowing that I am a new mother, is just, hanging out with my baby. He is the actual best. He is my favorite thing about being alive now. I can't imagine a life without him. I can't even think of what I used to do when he was not here, which is wild, because if you've been here a while, I've said many times prior to him being here, prior to me getting pregnant, that I didn't want kids. Like, quite respectfully, fuck them kids was my mentality at the time. But now that he's here, like, wow, everyone was right. It's the best. It's hard, but it's the best. So just spending time with him can seriously just put everything into perspective. And you would think that covering hard cases, you would be around a baby and it might make you sad because you would think about all the horrible things that could happen in the world, which sometimes it does that. But overall, it's just a positive experience. We'll lay on the floor, we'll put out all of his toys, we'll sit on the floor together, we'll play with everything, he'll roll all over the place, he's about to start crawling, my whole life's about to change forever, and I just watch him experience life and be just like a person now, That, we do contact naps, that is just above and beyond one of the best things in the world, and then I cook for him a lot. If you follow me on Instagram, we do a thing over there called Chicken Eats, because his nickname's Chicken, and I make him food because he doesn't eat purees, he's eating solid food. So I post all of his little meals, I cook for him all these different things, and all of those things, because you guys know, if you don't know, now you know. I love to cook. Cooking is a big thing for me as well. I don't even think I put that on this list, but that could fit into this section because I cook for him, and all of those things bring me like great joy. Okay, number two, another huge thing for me, and this is something that maybe this is specific to me. I don't believe that it is, but it is comfort YouTubers. I have people who are not true crime channels that I can watch their stuff over and over and over, or people who, no matter what they put out, even if it's something I'm not interested in, I just watch them because there's somebody whose energy just soothes me. For like the ones that are just rewatchability is very high for me. It's like old Jenna Marbles videos, Good Mythical Morning videos. Get out of here. I will watch those two men. If you haven't watched Good Mythical Morning, you definitely should. I will watch those two men do taste test after taste test after taste test, even though I know how they've ranked them. As you can see, we can't. I know what they're gonna say because I've seen the episodes so many times, but I will rewatch them over and over because it soothes me. Same with Jenna Marbles. I miss her. I miss her. Whoever broke into her house, you fired. Straight to jail. Right to jail. You're the worst. She's the best, and how dare you? But basically the point is I very much enjoy watching comfort YouTube channels, also channels that I could just watch everything they put out as hot ones, right? I want to see everyone do the gauntlet of wings. I can't remember what they call it right now. I want to see everyone take on the Hot Ones challenge. And I want to see these interviews because, you know, they're always very entertaining. And then somebody I've discovered recently that does makeup content and fashion content is Hannah Louise Poston. Something about that woman. Her energy is so calm. She's very intelligent, and she has a very level-headed approach to makeup, which is something that I find very interesting. So it's just about finding whatever that media is for you and just diving into that. So I will lay on the couch. This is a couch. I will lay here after the baby's gone to bed, even if it's just 30 minutes, and I will just zone out and watch these videos and relax myself, and it is the best. Number 3 might be something that doesn't seem like it would calm you because it does involve sort of work, as one might say, but it's cleaning my space. Oh my Lord. Like, I am not a person who can feel mentally well in a cluttered space. I have to straighten up and organize all day long. I know it's not good for some people, like let a mess be a mess. I can't do it. I have to straighten things up, and it makes me feel so much more at ease if I can look around and not see things that I'm gonna have to clean up later. I'm very much a do future Brittany a favor now by getting things ready for her. Like, I will thank past me later. Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense? Recently, I cleaned my entire bathroom top to bottom. Like, I got on my hands and knees and I scrubbed the corners. And I'm not that bitch. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not that bitch, but that's how bad it needed it. I scrubbed everything behind the toilet, under the toilet, the walls of the showers. And when I tell you, I felt so good mentally, it was amazing. So if you haven't tried it and you have a couple hours to carve out to just like scrub something, for me, that was the ticket. So the next one, and this is something that everyone tells you is good for you, but none of us want to do it because we do be lazy sometimes. And that honestly is just like exercise. And I'm trying, you know what? I've really ramped this up in the new year because like new year, new me, you know how it goes. And I've really been trying to make that more of a priority. I've been trying to go on a walk every day, and that's good for me. And it's also good for Charlie because like he really likes outside. He really likes outside. He likes the trees. I put him in the front facer. He looks at everything. I bring him up to the plants. I let him touch the leaves, let him smell the flowers. He loves that. So doing that has been really, really great. I also was sent an exercise bike from this company, Yes Soul. And it's been really cool. I used to go to the gym all the time. If you've been here since like the Fitness Fridays days, then you're a real one. Because I used to go to the gym every single day, but I just can't do that anymore. I don't have somebody to watch the baby. I don't want to leave him anyway. So having this bike at home from Yes Soul has been really, really great. I'm really happy that they sent it to me. It has this like big old screen that rotates 360 degrees and has all these different classes you can take. It's one of those ones where like on the screen they've got classes so that you can keep up with it. It's got choreography, and I've been really into these quick 20-minute burns because that's about as much time that I have free to do them, to be honest. And my endurance really just isn't there yet, so like doing 20 minutes is probably what you're gonna get out of me for like the foreseeable future. So I'm glad that they have that as an option. But you know what? My endurance is getting there, and it will get there because I am determined to make this a part of my life again. You know what I mean? It was a part of my life for a really long time. I actually went to college for part-time, like before I switched all the way to like law, criminal justice, all that jazz. I was gonna become a physical trainer. I know. Who'd have guessed that now? Am I right? But I want to make it a priority again. And this particular bike from Yes Soul has been really, really great because it like lets me lower and raise the resistance so I can really make that 20 minutes worth it. So I'm going to get really good at endurance. You hear me now. I'm saying me to me, you're going to do it. And that means you will, because do it. And you know what forces me to do it? Is it's compact enough that it's actually in my living room. It's right there. So it stares me in the face all the time because it is small enough that I can keep it in the living room, and I see it all the time, so it makes me want to do it. Because I already had an exercise bike, but it's on my patio, and that one, which I need to sell, quite frankly, is very much out of sight, out of mind. I do not use it. This one is great because it can be kept in the living room and all that jazz. So anyway, if you are interested, I do have a link in my description box for the bike, and you can also use the code BRATTERSTEIN10 for a discount. I don't make any money on it or anything. I just have been really loving it, so I thought perhaps you guys would love it. So if you are like me, and new year, new you, and you want to get an exercise bike that has like classes and all that jazz, everything that I already said, it'll be listed down below for your convenience. All right, the next thing that really helps me, where the bike is helping with my physical fitness, this next one is for mental fitness. I very much enjoy doing puzzles and reading, because both of those things I feel take 100% of my brain power, right? Like I am completely focused on these things. I really like word searches because like I am a 1,000-year-old woman, and then I like reading books. I recently read, okay, I read The Butcher and the Wren, which is, if you listen to the Morbid podcast, Elena from the Morbid podcast wrote a book, and it's called The Butcher and the Wren, tinyurl.com/The Butcher and the Wren. And I read that, and it was great. And right now I'm reading, I just started a new book. It's called, it's over there. My Sister is a Serial Killer, I think is what it's called. And okay, listen, maybe I shouldn't be reading true crime, well, not true, crime-related books, because they are fiction, but they are crime fiction. But here's the thing. I'm a creepy, beautiful human being too, and I like crime stuff, and I like horror stuff, and that's the kind of media that I consume, and that still soothes the bitch. I don't know what to say. Okay, the next thing on my list is a little more pure than the horror and the crime books, and that is that I love crocheting. Okay, listen. I've always liked it. I'm not like good at it, but it's just something that I like doing. And I made Charlie, I made little chicken, his first beanie for Christmas. It's this really oversized red beanie. You guys might have seen it when I posted our Christmas photo, the beanie on top of the chicken's face. That's the beanie that I made him. And it's so cute, and I love doing it. I can only exclusively make beanies, maybe pot holders, things that are square or rectangle. That's my my forte, and basically a beanie is just like a folded over rectangle. So I can't do much with it, but I really enjoy doing it. I went during a sale, during like a Christmas sale to Joann's, and I bought so much yarn, and it's all in my room. And I'm gonna make a zillion different colored beanies to wear at home since I don't go anywhere. But I'm very excited about it. And if you haven't tried it, you definitely should, because it's very it's just good. I don't know what to say. It's just we're talking about the things that soothe me. And maybe you can take ideas from this as well. And this is one of those things that I love to just lay on the couch and do while I'm watching Good Mythical Morning. Good Mythical Morning here, a bubble water here, me crocheting a beanie. That's a good night for this old woman. And the last thing that really, really helps me decompress, and I think this is something that can be very relatable to a lot of people, is I rewatch The Office over and over and over and over. That's it. I don't think we need any more explanation. That is the decompressing, soothing thing to do. But anyways, guys, that was it. That was my list of things that I do. I'm sure there are other things like having a cocktail here and there, things that are a lot less, what's the word? Positive? I'm sure having drinks here and there is a little more of a destructive way to handle things, but sometimes it's just the way we got to do it, right? Take like a nice hot or cold shower, have a cocktail. Those are great things too, but this is my list of more wholesome, more appropriate things for everybody to perhaps do to decompress after looking into the worst things in the entire world. So I hope you found it interesting. I hope you've learned a thing or two about me, because I know some of you feel like, you know, you want to know more stuff because we're buds, and now you know a little more about what I do here when I'm not doing what you guys normally see. So I hope you found that interesting. I hope it was interesting and informative, and it gave you all the information you would want about me, right? And of course, thank you for hanging out and just talking about me today. If you haven't already, because I know there are a lot of people that actually watch all the time and aren't subscribed, because like the analytics call you out, bro. I see you. You can subscribe now. It's free. It's cool. It helps me. You can be part of the Brat Pack. We're pretty cool. So that'd be great. There's also a link to my merch store. This isn't my merch. This is Kendall Ray's merch. But if you want to buy one of these shirts, you should, because it's also great. It goes to a great cause. I don't really have much to say in this outro because this is a weird outro for me. So I guess I'll just say thank you for being here when you could be anywhere else in the world. That is tight. You are tight. Please stay safe and be a better person than you were yesterday. And I will see you on Monday for another true crime video. All right.